I'm sure you don't need me to tell you how easy it is to get sucked into drama and chaos all around you living your day-to-day life. I mean, just look around. It's not hard to spot. But before I go into this easy and quick technique, it can be helpful to frame your mind with the following. Number one, know that your reality is largely formed by your current emotional state. And number two, know that you can change both your emotional state and your physical reality at any point. It's never too late or too early to do this. Think about your interactions with people throughout your day. Notice how some people like to complain about their circumstance or about people they don't like being around. Notice how certain topics or gossip can trigger your emotional response. And if you see yourself getting worked up over whatever it is, this is where we can really apply the technique. Now we're going to be achieving two things here. We're going to try and become the observer, and we're going to try to maintain balance. And here's how we do it. The second you've really become aware of your heightened emotional state, take a step back in your mind with your conscious thoughts. Now imagine yourself walking in a straight line or on a balancing beam. Now this balancing beam or straight line, however you want to visualize it, represents the positive state of mind. Being calm, collected, peaceful, content, joyful, you get the idea. Now visualize being in that neutral state, like being at the balancing point, like the center point of a scale. And know by that feeding into those negative impulses tips the scale in one direction and, as a result, off balance. And conversely, if you feed into the positive interactions and feelings, you should be able to maintain that balance point for longer periods of time while going about your daily activities and interactions with people, which in and of itself makes a huge and noticeable difference almost right away. You can also liken this to playing the main character of a video game or simulation. And the more you practice and see challenging events, the better you get at handling them. As long as you can remember that your circumstances are those of the character and not necessarily those of the player. There's actually a lot of scientific research validating this model as a blueprint of our reality, believe it or not, among others. The idea of imagining yourself this way is extremely effective once you get comfortable being the observer and dealing with challenges as an outside observer. This exercise might seem silly to you at first, but I've used it and I continue to use it because it works. Once you practice doing these enough, and believe me, it doesn't take that long, it becomes easy and effortless. Repetition creates a new muscle memory, and before you know it, you're effortlessly handling these interactions with people and situations because you see that these interactions and scenarios are just simply an opportunity to see them differently than you have previously, thus carving out a new path forward, one that you wouldn't have taken before. The beauty of this technique is that you can watch this all unfold as the observer. You can still be involved in conversations and interactions with scenes in your daily life and not get sucked in emotionally. And as a result, your emotional state remains untouched and positive. Let me know what you think.